All right, high achievers, we're going to dive into something today which you might not like to talk about, but we're going to talk about it anyway. Burnout. A lot of us have been there. We're exhausted. Our energy is depleted. We feel like we can't give more, but we always are giving more than we can. We burn out so easily because we always strive to do more for ourselves and for other people than really what we're capable of. And so there's an exhaustion that we don't recover from because we keep pushing and pushing and pushing. I've been through this. You've been through this. You've built the life that you've wanted to. You've made the income that you've wanted to. You maybe have gotten rid of responsibilities that you don't want, and you have the responsibilities that you do want, and you have whatever success it is on paper. But on the inside, you're not as successful as what it looks like on the outside. Maybe you're crashing. Maybe you're just falling further and further into this frenzy of chaos internally. Maybe it's overthinking. For me, that's what it was. Constantly overthinking, unable to control my thoughts, feeling overwhelmed, even though nothing was really wrong. I had a therapist for a while, and she said, nothing's changed since yesterday, but now there's all these thoughts here. What's going on? Health issues. That's another thing that happened for me. I can go on forever. I could have several videos about all the ones I've dealt with, but maybe you've got some health issues that have been popping up. And I'm no doctor, but from what I've seen and friends and clients, this can happen from the chronic stress. Science talks about the stress, right? It's not healthy for us, but we do it anyway. And maybe you're just not sleeping well either. So I used to like how much I pushed. I used to be proud that I wasn't taking weekends off. I wasn't taking nights off. I was doing whatever I could. I would work my day job, and then I would work, with whatever business I was starting at the time. But my body started to break down, and my mind started to go, not numb, but it was too much. It would go crazy, and I couldn't really stop it. And it was always like, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? I was chasing all of these external goals, all these external things that I wanted. And I had too many projects going on at the same time. I was trying to learn too much at the same time. I was ignoring my health. And I had a rock bottom one day, but it was not until years after that where I realized I really need to shift some priorities. Because the rock bottom made me want to push and grow more. But it wasn't until I realized my body was breaking down that I really needed to stop and slow down. So I hope you don't get to that point, because you can burn out before you get there and still make a change. So if you see signs in yourself, such as anxiety, chronic stress, constant pushing, maybe you're numb in some way, physically or mentally, or if you're numbing out with something, then these are all signs. And if you're pushing so far and so hard, really, if you want to keep striving, we got to get to the root of the problem. And the root of the problem comes down to your nervous system. It's not a mindset problem. You can't think your way out of a system problem. It's a nervous system issue that your body is fried. You're in fight or flight all the time. I was in fight or flight all the time. I called it sympathetic dominance. And you're stuck there. And this is what causes all these issues in your body and in your health and the dis-ease. Your nervous system is just thinking it's fighting tigers and lions and bears all the time. It's no way to live. And so here's the mistake, or here's the shift that needs to happen. Is it needs to be at first it's a logical shift, right? At first the thoughts are, I can fix this myself. I can fix this with working on it with more effort. I need a better system. I need a better planner. I need better automations. I need just to go more. I'm resting too much. I'm too unproductive. I need to be more productive. Really what's happening is you are overloaded and you are overburdening your system, and you can't be productive because you're running on empty. And so you've disconnected from your fuel source. You've disconnected from your body, which really has all the energy you need, but it's just you can't tap into it. And that's the problem. We need to learn how to slow down and how to start tapping into our energy source of our own body. For me, a lot of this came out as gut issues, hormone imbalances, sleep problems. chronically tight muscles all over my entire body. It would blow your mind the amount of time and money I've spent receiving body work from very specially trained massage therapists. And then there's the mind as well, of course. Brain fog, I had tons of it. I was swimming in it for years, didn't even know what normal felt like anymore. I was emotionally numb. They call it alexithymia. I had chronic anxiety, which I wasn't even aware of. My sex drive was basically zero. I had no motivation to do anything. All of these signs are coming from your body. They're all signals to be aware of. The challenge is that when we're pushing so much, we ignore them. We don't even know that they're signs. We see them as distractions or as things that are getting in our way, when really it's our body telling us, hey, something's going on here. So what helped me finally to take back control was what I call somatic work or somatic energy work, basically nervous system work to regulate the sympathetic and the parasympathetic sides of the nervous system. But I'm going to tell you right now, whatever you find on the internet, meditations, vagal breathing, box breathing, breath work, I did all of that. And that wasn't enough for me. I needed something more powerful, more direct. And that's what I've developed as part of my MindWorks process. If you're interested at all, then, reach out. And if not, great. It's not about stopping all of the things that you're doing. We don't want you to lose your edge. What we want is for you to keep striving and have this layer of self-care, which is way more important than anyone realizes. If you read Tom Brady's book about why he was so good, the TB12 method, he recovered more than any other player. He spent more time healing his body than anybody else. And if you are trying to be the best high achiever, high performer you can be, and you're not doing the same thing, you're not going to be the best you can be. You're leaving something on the table because you're not spending the time that you need to in recovery. And so you can start relatively easy. Start listening to your body. Go back and watch this video again, and you'll hear some of the things I talked about: tension, gut issues, etc. And start to listen to what your body is doing. Start to listen to see if you have any of these symptoms that might lead or might be pointing you in the direction of this chronic burnout. And start to cut time out for yourself. Start to have some time that's just for you. Maybe you sit in the car a little bit before you walk into the office or before you walk into your house. Or, of course, try some nervous system or some energy-based practices that can release some of the stress. And if you want to have a guided structure for this and have a system that I boiled down over years, just let me know and we can talk about what that would look like. But having the focus on the recovery and healing, just like athletes do, is basically the step here that I want you to start becoming aware of. Because on the other side of this burnout and this overwhelm and this overburdenedness is your real raw energy. It's your mental clarity. It's your authentic self. It's your power. It's your intuition. It's emotional stability. It's all of these things that maybe you haven't felt for a long time, but you've been striving for, or that you thought were there, but have been elusive, or things that you thought would come naturally one day. I'm telling you, they're not going to come naturally one day. Something needs to change. And you can operate at a much higher level without draining and depleting yourself of your energy if you start to tap into these things. You don't have to choose between either being healthy and taking care of yourself or being a high performer. You can have both, but you have to do both. And so far, I'm guessing you've only done one and not enough of the other one. If all of that resonates with you, I invite you to fill out the contact form on my website, and let's just start the conversation. I'm not going to push you, but I know you can be better than where you're at today. And I want to show you how you can climb out of it yourself.